GM,
Start.
what's
Jam,
up?
jam.
We have a big one today.
Today was blessed by Iris Santi. I can feel it in
Today
my penguin bones.
we are blessed by Iris. Look at Dominic Bain, bro. Such a cute fella.
Bro, this haircut is so awesome.
This haircut is so awesome.
Camera's on for today.
Look at my boy
Chypto?
Chip. Look at my boy Chip.
I'm in an Airbnb today. So my
Hell yeah.
Nice.
space background and my trampoline are missing, unfortunately.
The
Windar,
trampoline.
what's up? Cool, what's up? NDR, what's up? Vibranium, what's up? Tenet, what's going on, fam? Mike
How's everyone
Lizard, what's
doing?
going on, brothers? My brothers and Iris. Boys, we got
Paradise
Chypto
Phantom.
and Magic Puncher. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. When they're on, you know it's gonna be good.
Dude, back to back.
It's
Back
a
to back.
back-to-back Banksy. It's a back-to-back.
Yes.
Looking like Michael Jordan right now.
Yes.
Bob, what's up? Rusty Spork. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Katir,
El Guapo.
Quacks.
Only
How'd you?
legends.
Oh, everyone came for today's brew, huh? They know it's a good one.
Yeah, they saw
They don't-
Chypto, they came, bro.
They don't
They
come
were
for us, bro.
legend. Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't come for us, yeah. We're getting
We're
jealous.
cannon fodder. We're
It's
cannon
the
fodder,
sad,
you know.
it's the sad truth.
They got used to us.
Boba Goat.
Sim, what's up? Bubba Goat, the legend. The legend. BV, another legend. Bro, everybody came today. I think it's going to be a huge one for today, because if you didn't see in the title yet, we have a UE5 patch release party planned for today, everyone. So, yes, you heard it right. We're going to be releasing the patch live. That's how we're rolling lately, right?
That's how we do it.
Bro.
That's how we do it.
Chip has been cooking, bro.
Chief has been cooking, yeah. Yeah.
Nah,
We're not
me and
only
the
going to-
team. But yeah, we've been cooking for
Whole
sure.
team has been cooking. All right, whole team has
Yep.
been cooking. He's being the humble man right now. I hope that
True.
no marble race. We got shit to do, things to talk about.
Yeah. No time for fun.
We got no time for marble racing degeneracy
time
right now.
for fun.
I thought this was a marble racing brew today, actually.
Oh,
That's
dang
why.
it. Yeah. We swindled you.
Is that why you came to this brew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I've been missing out on those.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we'll be releasing the patch live. Just a couple minor checks happening right now. And after that's ready, we'll be announcing here when it's live. But we're going to be covering everything. But as we usually do, we will do some noteworthy news here at the beginning, so everybody knows what's going on in the Stratless ecosystem. And I think the first thing that is popular, or that people have been talking about, is the new DAO elections. So the DAO election process kicked off last week with the council nominations, and you can nominate yourself to be part of the council to run for the Atlas Council for this new upcoming term. So you can apply via the form. I don't know, Dom, if you have it close to you. If not, I'll try to find it. But you can apply via the form that we're going to be sharing here in the chat. And there's, as Funkarker is pointing out, just a little over 24 hours left. So if you're interested in running for the Atlas Council, for the DAO Council, make sure to apply right now, because there's not a lot of time left until the form closes. So make sure you do that. And
Yeah.
as a reminder, this term is going to be 9 months. So it's going to be the longest term we had so far. I mean, we only had one term, but it's the longest we had. And you're going to be part of the council for some really key moments in Star Atlas history, right? Like the next 9 months are going to be packed. So it will be a fun time to be part of the DAO council, right? So
Yeah. Step up, boys. It's super important to have people that want to work towards Star Atlas dream in the DAO. So if you love Star Atlas, if you are committed to the ecosystem, I would suggest you apply to help us build this vision. Super important.
yeah, it's important. We're building this together with you
Bro,
guys. So get involved. What's
the
happening,
gifts,
Jose?
bro. The gifts, bro.
You don't like my new GIF?
The fuck, bro.
Oh man. Oh,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
it's crazy. I thought it was only Michael Wagner thing, but the Spanish community kind of started something here. So
They need to
you
keep it
just have to
steady, bro.
embrace it. Yeah, you just have to
Yeah.
embrace it. That's that's what happens here. Yeah,
Jesus.
let's continue moving here. Let's continue moving. We always get distracted by the chat. Dom, brother, you've been cooking
Yes.
with that. You've been in the scanning trenches, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been in the scanning trenches. So scanning is not my career choice. So I actually had to talk with some expert community scanners. So I talked to a couple of them, mainly being I'm probably butchering his name. I'm sorry, Neviolo, and then I also talked with Swift. Neviolo is from Rome, and then Swift. I'm not sure what deck he's in, but yeah, I talked with them, and they gave me the 411 on scanning, exactly how it worked. It's a lot more complex than a lot of people understand it to be, and I'm sure that's why it might not be as popular as a career. So I went through the whole process of learning exactly how it worked from inside the team, from expert community scanners. And we put out a video, just put out the video, I think it was like an hour and a half ago. So it's not just good for beginners. It's also good for people who have been playing Sage Labs who maybe just put off scanning because they didn't fully kind of understand it. So hopefully the video gives you guys a better understanding of how scanning works. It's really complex. It's really interesting though. It's really cool. So highly recommend you check it out. If you guys see anyone new, highly recommend you guys using it. Just send them it. Send them the video. This is how you get started in scanning. This is how you get started in mining if you want to use the other video. But yeah, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Any feedback appreciated. And yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, one of the biggest mysteries in the Galley Expanse. How do you
Yes, sir.
turn into a profitable scanner, right? Or how do you scan? Like, what is scanning? What is
What is
SDU scanning?
what are
What are
scanning
you searching
conditions? How do they
for?
work? What are some tips for scanning? Give the video a watch. I think you're gonna learn something.
Yes, yes. Even if you're a Sage Pro, there are some big secrets in scanning, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Then the other thing that I saw on my X timeline was the Shaga video
Oh yeah.
that
Bring
I
that up.
think the guys from Shaga posted, playing literally from the phone live at GDC. Look at that.
Look at that, bro.
Playing from the
Bro, look
phone
at
with a
that.
controller. That's a double.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yeah, very cool. Future.
Wait, you projected on like, is that in the background on a big screen?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
projected.
exactly.
It's being used by a projector while being on a phone while a controller is connected to the phone. It's
Dude,
the
Amazing.
whole
yes.
shebang.
The future is now.
The future is now, old
We're
man.
living in the future.
Get with the times. Yeah, very cool.
We're living in the future, guys. And Chip, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about people being able to play on mobile, like the actual UE5 game?
I think that's huge. The other thing that I really like about Shaga is since it's pixel streaming, if somebody's on Twitch and they're like stuck on a level somewhere, they could just say, "Hey, chat, can somebody like pick it up and take control of the machine and play for you?" Which I think Let's Play on Twitch it would be pretty cool with this new tech. But also with mobile, I mean, it makes our game more accessible, and I think that's huge for us in the long term.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's not the only thing that was going on at GDC, right? Like, Star Atlas was there for a presentation during the Solana. I don't know what was the name exactly of the activation. And we also had a tournament at Wolves Den where some people posted some clips. You can find them on X. And it's been a cool activation. I got some FOMO from it, honestly. Wanted to be there playing Star Atlas. Tournaments are a big deal.
Yeah, we got a lot of good feedback from the people at the Wolves Den. Dude, this clip gets me. I like this clip a lot because I respect Cairo as a player. He's really good at games. And he was saying the movement is elite, which is something that I've always said. The jetty boosting and the movement in Star Atlas is so addicting. It's so fun. So it's nice to get kind of confirmations of that. Super cool. I'm sorry. I know I'm using light mode.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I can't believe you're using light mode. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, we saw it at Impact Summit. I think you guys, Dom and Chip, were the ones mainly running that tournament, but it was so cool to see people actually having fun playing the game, you know? And how cool was it to watch that grand finale that we experienced where James was just cooking up there? It
Bro,
was fun.
yeah,
It was fun to watch.
the audience behind James was hilarious. It was just like he would
Yeah.
get a
Was
single
super
kill and
fun.
everyone would just cheer out of their mind. And the crazy thing about about the Impact Summit tournament is gunplay feels like, in my opinion, like 5 times better than what it did back then. So it's already so much better. So I actually also have FOMO about this tournament because I want to see what it feels like on LAN. Like that would have been really cool. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm so excited.
James has released some like sniper montages recently, right? Was that him?
Yeah, that was James.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see after today's release some new footage because it definitely feels an order of magnitude better after today. I'm really excited about that.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Well, and I think that's a perfect segue into the main topic for today, right? We're going to be doing a little UE5 patch release party, which is basically just hanging out. That's all the party you guys need, right? Just seeing our pretty faces up here on stage and,
We are the
and
whole show.
drinking some coffee. But we're going to be going over everything that is coming. Look at that. Look at Dominic Vane. What a traitor
most
to
great,
Monster.
bro. But dude,
What a traitor.
anybody ever have one of these? Anybody? No, just me.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm dying early. It's fine.
that's literally the first time I see that.
Yeah, same.
But yeah. We're going to be talking about everything that is coming for this release and getting the perspective from Chip, our VP of game product. And not only that, but we'll also be getting a glimpse into the future and what's coming next and what things are planned for UE5. But I think it's a perfect segue with what you were saying, Chip, about how better it feels like with the movement and the shooting. I think it's a good moment to cover everything that is coming for today so people know what to expect. I don't know, Dom, if you want to stream the patch notes.
Yes. Oh, the patch notes. Yeah. One moment, por favor.
It is today, guys. And Chip, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're just doing some final checks on the build before pushing it live.
Yeah, we're doing a last minute test, and then should be going live pretty soon. So I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
Yeah, here are the patch
Bro,
notes.
Brad-
Right.
Brad has the
Side note
best
here,
campaign.
Brad is running for
I
council
leak
now?
all the things, all the things.
Running
Bro,
for
Brad
council
has
live?
access to everything.
All right, you guys see it?
Yes.
I also have the game open, so if at any time we want to look at something and what it actually looks like in game, let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should start going over everything. And the first one is what people were super excited about from last week, which is new mining gameplay demo with the special Scud available to test, which is the mining gameplay loop that everybody
Let's
saw.
go. Everyone had really good feedback on the mining gameplay loop. Everyone. I didn't see. Honestly, I don't think I saw any negative feedback on the mining loop. So, everyone, give it a shot. Give it a shot today when it releases. I can actually show you guys real quick, just for anyone who didn't attend the brew or see it. Let me show you guys really quick what I'm talking about. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Is this you playing right now?
Yeah, this is me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Cool.
We do it
Oh,
live.
new voice. New voice. Wait, anyone hear the new voice? Oh, who's that?
Chip. Is that you on the mic,
Secret.
Chip?
Yeah, who's
Yeah, that's
this, bro?
me. I was tired of the other one, so I recorded myself. My natural voice.
Okay, but you do have to grab. Oh, oops. You do have to grab the scud. My gosh, what is happening? You do have to grab the scud from inside the hangar to actually mine, and then you come out here, hold right click, let go, and then you scan,
Boom.
and then you're supposed to see some asteroids, but I don't see any asteroids, unfortunately.
Brad,
then
where are the
you would
asteroids?
Yeah, where are the asteroids, Brad? How dare you, bro? And then you would go up to the
Mined all of
asteroid.
them.
I mined them all already, sorry, guys. But then you
Bro,
would go
need
up to
to
the
scan them,
asteroid.
man.
I did scan. Did I not scan, bro? Scan again? Should I do it? Am I just not in the right area?
We might have to look into this one. We're doing it
But
live.
but we do.
live.
Basically, what you do is you scan with the right click. You find an asteroid. You'll get a little cookie that we talked about, and then you go up to it, and then you lock onto it with T, and then you'll start mining it. Very cool stuff. Sock miner. Yeah, true. But yeah, that's number one.
Nice.
I'll keep my game open for whatever
Nice.
other patch notes. Let me bring up the patch notes again. 1 second. There we go.
And one of the most popular comments or questions that we got from last week on the mining stuff is when blockchain integration, or not when, but how do we see it happening, like with the blockchain integration? And Chip, that was it was like an open topic, right? Should mining in UE5 in the future give more resources than in Sage, because Sage is basically automated? Should it give a special resource that you can only get from the UE5 gameplay loop? And I'm not expecting you, just to be clear, to have the final answer here, but it's pretty cool to theory craft, like how that can happen.
Yeah, it's hard to give definitive guidance on the rates at which you earn resources in UE versus in Sage. Right now, we're just in the process of prototyping what it can feel like and make it fun before we get into the economics of, one versus the other and how we kind of merge the two economies. So more to come on that. I don't want to give an answer and then kind of get pitchforks. Like, I don't have an answer yet, but what we do want feedback on is, and assuming we get the mining gameplay loop fixed, if it's not working in this patch, want to get feedback on how it feels. Is it fun? any kind of controls issues or any little UX feedbacks are things what we're looking for.
Nice.
Since it's kind of an early prototype phase at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. What else do we got, Dominic Green?
Oh, then we got a lot of gunplay stuff. So like I was saying, gunplay feels really, really good. It's starting to feel really, really good. So we have a bunch of different patch notes here. I can start reading these off, and Chip, if you have anything you want to add on to anything I'm saying, just let me know. And then I could also show some of this after we go through the gunplay stuff. But there's 2 new arena game modes. So gun game, which I'm sure everyone is pretty familiar with. We went over both these game modes last week, but just as a recap, gun game. You'll get a kill with a weapon, and then it cycles to the next weapon. So you'll start with maybe an assault rifle, and then when you get a kill, then it'll cycle to a sniper rifle, and then so on and so forth until you go through the complete cycle and you win the game. And then zones is basically I would say it's like TDM with a twist, because you can capture zones, and then if you capture zones, you get more points for the more zones that you have captured, right, Chip? Would you say that's an accurate representation of it?
It's inspired from Destiny's Control game mode, where you just it's team deathmatch, but you get bonuses to your points depending on the zones your team has captured.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
It's a cool
Sorry, Santi, what?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Chip. I'm just shooting questions right as they come to my mind, Chip. But I'm really curious, like, how do you come up with this mode? Because it's pretty special, right? Like, I haven't seen it in that way in other games. Like, it's a bit of a mix of a couple games.
The zones or the gun game?
The zones.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to prototype a zone type game mode where you capture things, because we're going to start using that mechanic in other future game modes, and even open world. There's plenty of missions where go capture that area. So I wanted to prototype that mechanic, but I wanted it to be in the context of a fun kind of fast-paced arena type game mode. And we already had team deathmatch basically built. So I was like, well, let me just take team deathmatch, slap on zones. What can I do with that? And the most obvious answer was get more points if your team has more zones. So and it's pretty fun. Like the team, we did some internal playtesting the past week or so, and we're having fun with that game mode. And so excited to see what the community says about it.
Me too. I'm really excited. I'm super excited.
The other one I will say, a favorite amongst the team is gun game. Like, we love playing that internally. It's so fast paced, and like we before we know it, we're like 3 or 4 matches in, and we're just all having fun. I just think starting out with power weapons, working your way down to a final melee kill at the end is like, the reason why we did it that way is not only did we think it was more interesting to kind of flip the normal on its head and go the opposite direction, but also if you think about Mario Kart, where how do they keep all the racers kind of together? What they do is the people in the front have the worst items and the people in the back have the best items. So we want to do the same thing with deathmatch, where we want it to feel like everybody's still relevant. So the players who aren't as good, they'll continue to have the better weapons, and the players that are like way ahead, they'll get progressively worse weapons. So you'll kind of keep things tighter, and it'll just feel like you're
right.
Yeah, you never feel like you're super behind.
Yeah. I like that balance.
Yep.
Some more notes here. You guys adjusted species HP and SP regen rates and character hitboxes again. I noticed this one because I one-shot a Punab. I'm talking. I one-shot a Punab, dude.
I want all those Punab players to come back and see how they feel after this one, because you're definitely still hard to hit. Like, you're tiny, you're fast, you're agile, but you're super squishy now. And then the big Ooster characters, who I think I'm gonna main a big Ooster because they're super tanky. And the other thing that's super fun is with the jetty boost collision damage, where now you can ram other people. That's based on how big you are. So like, if I ram another Punab with my big Ooster guy, I'll one shot them.
You one shot him. This is so cool, man.
That's
So
crazy.
I'm going to be.
Yeah. Versus a punop doing the same thing, it'll be like a little like dink. It won't do much damage.
we both of them going at each other. It's going to be super
Let
fun.
me post a video one sec. I have one in my DMs.
Oh, you have one? Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's
Hell
ahead
yeah.
of the curve, man.
Yeah, he already
I
knows,
just gotta
bro.
find
He
it.
knows what we're gonna ask.
Yeah.
While Chip is finding that, I'll go through the rest of these notes though. But improved automatic weapon firing multiplayer, improved hit landing rates using new bullet sphere trace system. I'd be interested in learning more about that, Chip. Whenever increased
can talk about
mantling.
that.
Increased.
Yeah, go ahead.
Increased mantling speed while weapon drawn and allow mantle interruption with jump. This is a big one for me too. This was a big one for me too because I would mantle sometimes, and you'd have to wait for the mantle to go through, and sometimes you'd be kind of dead on arrival if someone's right next to you.
Yeah. So going back now that I posted those 2 videos, going back to the hit landing rates and this bullet sphere trace, what we did was. The bullet, rather than being a line trace for the hit detection, is a sphere trace. So it has a bigger hit radius.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes it so that if you're really close to, like, you're grazing the edge of their body with the bullet, like, you'll get the hit, and it just feels better. I know we had a lot of issues in the past with hits not feeling like they're landing as much, especially with like the Skinny Marie's characters. So now you'll notice it just feels like you're not missing as many of your shots. And then we can tune the size of that over time. If players feel like it's too easy or forgiving, then we can shrink it. But we're right now where we have right now, we feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I think League of Legends has something similar with hooks. They have like hook champions where you can like pull someone towards you, and they call it like lollipopping or something. Well, they make the hitbox a little bit bigger, and if you hit like the edge of it, so it sounds pretty similar. So that's pretty cool. Nice. Cool. The mantling stuff is really awesome. Added ability to melee while unarmed and improved melee hit registration. I'm sure you're gonna have fun with that one, Chip.
Yeah, at the end of gun game, you have no weapon and you only melee. So we needed before this release, you couldn't melee without a weapon out. So now we added that. And then melee just before, like, I don't know who else has tried meleeing, but like you couldn't land melees that easy, especially on a punop. Like you would look at them and you wouldn't hit them. So when we went back in and just adjusted the logic for that, and melees just should feel a lot more forgiving and just more fun to use.
Bro, we need an achievement where you kill someone with a punop using the collision damage. Bro, that would be hilarious, actually. Added ability to ram other players and jetty boost as well as damage when that's gonna be really cool. I'm interested to know how that plays in like a meta perspective, like how often someone's actually going to use that. Is it going to be kind of like you get a couple shots in and then you dash at them to try to get that like final hit? Like a lot of people like competitively will know like, okay, I need 2 shots and then a little boost and I'll kill this species. Like so I'm interested if there's going to be some of that kind of like meta tech that happens with this kind of ramming stuff. So that's going to be really interesting as well.
In recent playtests, I like opening with a ram and then follow up with a quick melee, and a lot of times it's pretty deadly.
Shit.
But something to be aware of is you take damage on the melee on that jetty boost melee as well, but less than what you apply. So it's a double-edged sword. And then in the future, when you can start unlocking different jetty variants, we will play with the efficacy of these abilities. Like maybe you'll have increased jetty boost damage or like longer slide distances, things like that. We're going to start playing with as a sneak peek going forward.
Very cool. Yeah. And then some other ones. Map creation process, refactored weapon draw holster swap logic to reduce issues in multiplayer, improve visibility of damage direction arrows, disable sprint toggle when not on the ground, increase sensitivity of weapon wheel input, and ragdolls now carry on with existing momentum on death. Anything you want to add here, Chip, or should we move on?
I did the last one, the ragdolls, last night. It was super fun to put that in. Like I'll show you the videos from before and after. It was like it's a huge difference, and And then the play test today just made it like it showed like it's super fun. It's super entertaining to see these ragdolls. So let me post it in chat real quick. Getting lost here. Okay. So there's this guy. This is what it looked like before. What would happen was you would die and then your ragdoll would just fall to the ground, which kind of looks pretty funny. And then after a quick update, now with momentum preservation, now when you get shot in midair and die, you'll just keep going. So I'm really excited about that. I think there'll be some funny clips from the community.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious. Very cool. Okay, cool. All right. Movement and animation. Refined jetty animation transitions between hover and boost states, and then optimized jetty animation graphs. Very cool. Yeah, the movement. I talked about this at the beginning, but movement's one of my biggest highlights for gunplay because of how unique it feels and how addicting the movement is. So super sick.
And something I want to mention is our animation department since late November till kind of end of February, they've been 100% focused on cleaning up our bikes animation and mounting and dismounting. Now that they're done with that, and it was because they had to do a lot of refactoring to get it clean, and also extensible as we add new ships. It's so much easier for us to just use the new system that they created for that. But and we do have some planned, ships in the pipeline, so we need to do that. But now that they're done, they're going to be 100% focused on improving character movement going forward. So we're going to be seeing in the next few releases like some noticeable improvements on how character locomotion looks, feels. We'll see some differences between the different species. We want to have some different walking styles across species. We want you to, like, when you land from hovering or jetty boost, to kind of stumble and look like we're going fast. So a lot of improvements I'm excited about going forward. But what we have in the patch today is just kind of some introductory changes, a bit of refinement, but a lot more to come on that front.
That's gonna be super freaking fun, and the character is that's literally how you're interacting with the game. So everyone's gonna feel that extensively. It's like when animations change, you're gonna feel that immediately. So I'm really excited to see how the different species walk and the landing and all that stuff. That's gonna be really, really cool. I'm actually really excited for that. Seriously, super excited for that.
Shout out to the animation team, man. They're crushing it.
Yep.
Legends.
100%.
Racing in vehicles, new raceable vehicle Busan Pulse, we showed this on Wednesday. Only a few people have this ship, by the way. Just a reminder, this is an unreleased ship, and this was only given to people, this was only won by people in the Golden Carnival. So if you won it during the Golden Carnival, I think there was 30 or so 30 ships that were out there, and I think some people won a couple. So there's less than 30 people who have a Busan Pulse, but it is in the game now. So if you won one, go check it out because it's really cool. The animation team speaking of the animation team, they killed it on the Busan Pulse. It looks really, really cool.
It looks insane. I was watching it race, bro. I was like mind blown, crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Busan Pulse is live. Yeah, it is live. We improved bike entry and exit animations and transitions, improved target selection when targeting in vehicles, new multi-lap support in peer-to-peer races, added ability to manually respawn in a race, setting you back to last checkpoint, and then the Ecos extra small weapon art imported and set on the Unabomber. So you should see specific weapons on the Unabomber. Oh, I think we have some good news.
I'm hearing some news. Chip, do you want to break the news?
Break it, bro.
Yeah. The final test went well, and we just uploaded the patch. So it is live. You should see it. Start updating while we're listening into the brew. But yeah, guys, all this that we're talking about now is up live on the Epic Game Store.
Hell yeah! Go download it, check it out, listen to us while you're downloading it, have fun. But yeah, Anything anyone wants to add on the racing vehicle side before we move on?
Yeah, I want to mention the multi-lap support. So that is available in peer-to-peer. The single player racing is like the leaderboard enabled stuff. That's still single lap, but now you can set multi-lap in the peer-to-peer race sessions, and we'll think about maybe adding multi-lap leaderboards, or going forward figure out how to include that. But I know that was a highly requested feature. Players want, especially the racing community, wanted to start seeing multi-laps. So that's in there. And then what else was on there? And then the respawn in a race. So if you happen to get stuck or you fall off the track, you can easily just hold a button and it'll bring you immediately back to your last checkpoint, which is a really nice quality of life improvement there.
For sure.
Cool.
Very, very cool. There's some optimization and performance updates you guys have made as well. I'm not sure if you want to talk about any of these, Chip, or we can move on. Not sure if you think anything would be worth mentioning here.
We have been spending about a few days after our releases now on cleanup, and part of those cleanup efforts, we're seeing, assets that we don't need or were being referenced but weren't being used. We were able to remove those. So our build size, our package went from 37 gigs down to 33, and it might continue to come down in the next few releases. So that was. I know it's not like super sexy, but it is something I'm excited about. It just improve, the performance and the optimization that we're spending some time focusing on.
Hell
That's
yeah.
super important.
Yeah, super important. Very cool. Menus and UX, updated controls list, grouping and naming options menu, new loadouts tab with subtabs for crew and firearms, and inventory menu, new firearm subtab allows you to inspect all firearms and in the future customize your weapons. Chip, what is this?
Pull that up.
That's a big
This is
a
big, a big sneak peek on where we're going.
Let me pull this one up. Let me pull this one up.
Let's see.
1 second.
You
Where
may
is
need to
this?
update now, Dom, since this. Or
No.
you still have the build up.
The dev build, you're still on the dev build, right?
I am on the dev build, but why isn't it?
Okay.
Oh, I was wondering why my. Are we good now? I think we're good now. Okay, we're good. Okay, you said here. Let me stream it, and then you tell me where to go.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Yeah, go
What do I
to
go?
loadout. So now we combined the crew tab with crew/weapons. So you still see your crew there, but now you have a weapons tab. And if you click on a weapon, click on maybe the energy pistol. Customize. And so this is we're gonna start implementing a loadout and firearm customization system, especially once you can start unlocking firearm skins and charms. So we're getting the bones of this system up for future updates.
This is super
Yeah.
cool.
Oh man.
Everything's coming together. This is so I can't wait for this. This is this is gonna be
Can I
huge.
get a diamond skin on my pistol for destroying Dominic Bain?
Bro.
Everybody
man.
who kills Dominic
You gotta
Bain
get a kill.
dies.
You gotta get a Jetty boost kill with the Puna to unlock the skin.
Dude, can you?
Probably
Did
something.
anyone play Modern Warfare 2 where you had to get a certain amount of headshots to get a skin? Imagine you have to get 1,000 Punab Jetty Boost kills to get a diamond jetpack or diamond Jetty Boost. That would be crazy. This is so sick though, Chip.
One thing I want to do another leak here. We have a weapon artist who's reworking some of the concepts for our weapons. So let me find it real quick. I want to show you what the Gatling gun is actually going to look like here. It's not in this build yet, but it's coming soon. Let me find it. It's basically done. Where's the thread? 1 second.
People's favorite, the Gatling.
Dude, that freaking gun is broken as a hell.
Gatling
thread,
and
okay.
hosting currently is the most OP thing you can.
It's ungodly.
It's the
It's
meta.
ungodly.
Yeah.
It's the
Copy
meta.
image. Okay, I found it. Here is what our Gatling gun is supposed to look like. So we're going to be swapping it out with that guy. It's going to have a proper spin up, spin down sequence. Right now, it's just kind of a prototypey weapon. So excited. And then we have that weapon artist Gon, who's actually the concept artist behind all of our Gon weapons. He's working on the sniper rifle next, and then maybe a new weapon after that. So
Let me bring it up for the people who are watching on YouTube real quick.
Yeah.
This is what Chip is showing. For y'all watching in the VOD, here's the new Gatling right here. Holy moly.
I can't wait to see the Punavs shooting this thing. It's gonna be hilarious because it's our biggest weapon.
How the hell are they gonna freaking operate this thing, bro?
We'll figure it out.
How's gonna be? What's gonna be the recoil on a Puna trying to shoot with that?
That's something we want to play with. We've been talking about internally. If you get some recoil on smaller species, like visible knockback, we'll see if we'll potentially play with that. Yeah, at least in 0G, we want to do that, but maybe while in Atmo, we'll still try to do a little bit of knockback on some special weapons.
Yeah, this looks sick. I can't wait for the most broken gun in the game to get a visual upgrade so I can use it and destroy everyone.
Yep. We also did the shotgun. You know what? It's time.
Do it. Just leak everything. Leak it all.
Leak the shotgun. Where is it?
Leak it all.
I have to scroll way back up 1 sec.
I love this.
Oh, that's the Gatling gun. Let's keep going. I'll find it and then I'll post it later. It's like way up in the chat somewhere.
We can speed through the rest of these notes just because we have some questions for you, Chip. Real quick, so there's been some VFX improvements. I know the materialization FX of the guns is a little different, which is really cool. I'm not sure if you want to highlight anything on the FX here, Chip, but if not, we can keep moving.
Shout out to the VFX and SFX team. We got some really nice improvements on the VFX side. Now you'll see on the Jetty Flames, there's like an actual, device that materializes on the bottom of your feet to kind of, I guess, ground where these flames are coming from. They're not just like popping out of nowhere, but they're coming. What it is we have these nanobot swarms that kind of materialize your weapons, your Jetty Flames. So you'll see that the Jetty Flames kind of have a new little device on your feet that show up, and then on the actual weapon draw and holster, you'll see a bit more swarmy behavior, and it indicates a bit better that these are nanobots that are creating your weapon, materializing the weapon on drawn, and then on holster they disappear. It's definitely something. Yeah, the nanobot idea is something signature to Star Atlas that we really want to lean into. Make it like something that is very noticeable, like very unique to us. So we'll continue to refine the look and feel of it and kind of integrate the nanobots in other game systems. But the VFX team did a great job refining that for this release. And then the SFX team, they updated the sounds to kind of reflect that as well. And then on the SFX team, just going down the list, they implemented a new whiz-by system. So now if a bullet passes by you pretty close, you'll hear a whiz-by sound effect to kind of indicate that a shot kind of was missed but was close. And then they did some updates to vehicle and firearm sounds, like you heard the new flight mode, hover mode sounds. They did updates there, and then on JD Boost you see a camera FOV change. It's a very subtle change that kind of gives you a sense of speed. So some pretty neat FX updates.
Hell yeah, dude. No, those are huge. Maps Environment has a cool big one. There's a new early white box arena, Uru. And I can actually show that. We can show this one.
Yeah, man.
A second, but Jose, bro, what's Uru? What can you tell us about Uru? That isn't a spoiler. Don't
Yeah.
don't say anything crazy. Don't say anything crazy, but
Bro,
anything that you can say or no, bro.
he's like, yeah, Gisette, tell me everything, but don't spoil anything, bro.
Okay, maybe don't talk about it.
Yeah, no, but Uru, in the lore of Star Atlas, Uru is located in Aoki, in one of the deserts of the Ustur homeworld planet, and it's actually part of something bigger. Like, I don't know how much Chypto wants to go into that, so I'll let him do that if he wants. But the map that you see before you right now is just, how can I put it, like a huge gate that leads into something that's very relevant to the Ustur civilization as a whole. So yeah, expect great things on this map. It's part of the Ustur lore, and I'm really looking forward to unveil the secrets with you guys.
Bro, can we just take a moment to look at this the materialization with the nanos? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the nanos are actually a huge lore thing as well. Like, Shipped almost spoiled lots of cool things in the lore of Star Atlas. They are a huge part of the lots of star systems lore overall. And yeah, we'll be dwelling on those in the lore as well. We're looking forward to that.
I'm really I want to see people's theories on what's happening here on this map. I actually want everyone.
Yeah.
I don't even want to
Yeah,
say anything.
yeah,
Let's have
yeah.
people
Yeah,
just theory.
we're not gonna spoil the where this map, what's going on with this map, but it's definitely big plans for this location, and going forward, it's gonna be important.
Yeah, look up Dominic Vane, look to the skies, like there is something huge there.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna leave it at that. We're leave it at that. Everyone, do your own research here. Nah, that's a really cool map, though. Really cool map. I'm excited to see this continue to reach further development. This is super sick, though. I like the statues.
Yeah, shout out to Blake. He, one of our level designers. He's did a great job with this map and been iterating on it weekly with us as we play test and give him feedback.
Let's go, Blake. Shout out, Blake.
Shout out to
Oh, you can
Blake.
see it. Yeah, you
Came
can
to
see on the
group.
boots now. You can see on the
Yep.
boots now. Look. You got a little stuff on the feet, the feetsies. Very cool. Man, you guys are cooking. It's the little things, It's the little details that all come together that really make the experience. You start seeing the lore and these little animations and how things operate. Very, very cool. Super sick. But yeah, this is Uru. Oh, let me go back to the patch notes. There we go. And sorry, guys, I'm slow. Stop yelling at me. All right, there we go.
You're
All
moving
right.
fast, bro. You're actually moving fast.
Yeah, you are.
It's because of
Yeah.
this, bro. It's because of that, bro.
You got the energy.
Fleet command performance improvement on loading times, real-time ship FX connected to blockchain warp, subwarping in mind states. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory, and then I'll just say a lot of bugs. Any bugs that you want to cover specifically, Chip, or
I
if
do
not,
wanna
everyone
shout out to
can
the-
read this in the patch notes.
I do want to shout out to the Fleet Command team. There was a lot of behind the scene infra work on visualizing the actual fleets. We had to do there's this framework in Epic called Mass Entity Framework that we're using. They use it in the Matrix demo that went viral a while ago, and for the crowds and the traffic. Well, we use that same Mass Entity Framework to visualize the thousands of fleets all at once. But we had to do some custom code to do exactly what we want, as far as those fleets having the thrusters, turn on and off based on on-chain data, and being able to select them individually. So really difficult and detailed work that our Fleet Command team kind of got working. So now with this Fleet Command update, you see all the fleets moving now based on on-chain data, and you see the thrusters and the effects turning on and off based on what's actually happening in Sage Labs, which is not a simple feat. And then going forward, now we kind of we're unblocked on being able to like start integrating more of the gameplay features. So like being able to actually play the game from Fleet Command. That's definitely on the horizon. Now that we got this figured out.
Dude,
Yeah, and I just want
I
to
love
say with
how
all
everything's
these,
coming
go
together.
yeah,
I was just going to say, I love how everything's coming together, where you can see how the chain is actually big backbone of our whole ecosystem, and how it's being connected to the product, and how that gap is kind of being bridged more and more with each release. I don't think anyone in any other project has been able to manage to get the level of integration that we have between a UE5 client and the blockchain. Like,
yeah.
it's
No
crazy.
shot. I just want to say, like, man, it takes a freaking army to make a game like this. It takes like animators, engineers, everyone. There's so many people that are involved with a list like this. I just want to give a shout out to literally everyone who is working on Star Atlas behind the scenes. If you're listening to this or you're not listening to this, doesn't matter. What you guys are doing is absolutely incredible, and a lot of you guys in the community don't even know like 90% of the, like 95% of the team. You guys don't know how hard these people work. So big shout out. There's a lot of work that goes into doing monthly updates like this. Chip, you guys are killing it. Give everyone on the team a huge round of applause because it's big W's for the team. Big W's for the team. Give the team a W's.
Yep.
I'm sure some people are actually watching this brew. So if you guys could give some W's to the team, let them know that you support them because they are working their freaking asses off. Very, very cool people.
Very true.
And we're not slowing down. We got really good momentum. Like really good momentum now.
Yeah.
Cool. These patch notes, I'm going to post the announcement. And we have a Medium article. I believe the Medium article is actually already live. But you guys can read the patch notes in the Medium article when I post it in the announcement. Anyways, great job. Seriously, phenomenal patch. But that's not it. We're not even done here. Not even done here. Santi, what are we doing
Even
next?
our
man?
final form. It's not even our
I
final
think
form.
this brew is just getting started almost, guys. we want to chat a little bit about the future as well, but also Chip about a little bit of your personal experience and how you're seeing things like behind the scenes. Like since in the last 4 or 5 months we had 3 new updates and you transitioned to a new role as well. Just wanted to hear about like your experience, like how was it to transition to the VP role and how things are changing behind the scenes now.
Yeah, of course. Back before I became VP of game product, I was director of game systems, but I was doing a lot of the production across multiple departments. I was basically, managing the releases already. So it made sense to kind of, and, I was humbled to be given an opportunity to like enter this role as VP back in November. And then I kind of oversaw the release back in December and then early February, and now today's, and we'll continue going forward. So the transition was kind of mostly like, just making it official. But my job, what I was doing day to day didn't really change. Been having a lot of fun, kind of just being a lead producer, kind of managing resources, making sure that everybody's in lockstep on what are we trying to deliver and when. And focus, and just making sure we stay focused. Let's not go off and kind of build things that don't need to be built right now. So day to day, I'm a project manager / producer, but then I still find time to prototype new things. Like last night I did the ragdoll momentum thing because I think it's important if you're a producer or PM to be on the ground working alongside people and contributing. So I find time. I still try to find time to prototype and contribute to the project at a hands-on level. So yeah, it's been fun though. I really love my job. I'm excited every day, and I find myself working on weekends still out of my own kind of desire to do so. So yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Chip, man.
Yeah.
Nickname is Chypto. Chypto now.
Chypto. He ships.
Chypto.
He ships.
Bro just ships. He just ships it, bro.
I should rename. Put an SH in front.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chip, another question, like it's to get in your brain as well. Like, what is the main objective for you as the VP of game product? Like, objective and challenges as well that you're facing
Yeah.
when trying to do things.
Yeah, as I mentioned a bit earlier, keeping the team focused, so making sure everybody's properly and gainfully tasked on things that we need for our next release. While still keeping our eye on long term. Like one of the really fun things was Brad just asked, and can I prototype mining? Let's do a bit more long term Galea type, open world type stuff. So that's great. Mixing that with focus on what are we releasing for March. So a bit of balancing and mixture there, but the main objective day to day is scope management, but also remaining agile. Like if something presents itself, like a quick win, like hey, we just got this new feature, why don't we add this? Then I will look at resources like, okay, let me pull him off that. That's not as important. Can you work on this? But also reaching out to the team and asking, are you happy with what you're doing? Is there something else you want to be doing? So, a lot of management that goes on behind the scenes in this position. And then the main challenges are, again, scope management. Let's not take on too much work that and then delay releases because we didn't scope things correctly, but also scope releases so that they make sense incrementally, right? If let's not release a feature out that's kind of way too premature and kind of disrupts the the kind of the balance or the gameplay in the near term while that's still being worked out. So like one of the things that I'm trying to balance is we want to switch to a firearm loadout system that is more long term how the MMO open world is going to work. But right now the arena is set 2 weapons and pick up weapons in the arena. How do we kind of migrate gracefully to a loadout system over the course of this year without disrupting any of those releases? So that's kind of like a challenge, an example of a challenge that we'll have to navigate.
Nice. It's so cool to know, like behind the scenes, how much needs to go through your brain, because we have such a big vision, man, that if you don't keep the focus, you can end up working on anything, right? And the team can lose momentum because of that, right? It's hard to keep it focused.
It's super easy. You want to stay passionate and be excited about where we're going, but you also need to kind of keep your focus. So it is a balancing act, and I think the team's doing an excellent job in these past 3 releases on kind of navigating that balance.
Nice. Yeah.
Crazy. You've been killing it, man. Jumped right into it. Been killing it, bro.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That is work.
It's a bullet train. It's moving.
Yep.
It does feel like that. And Chip, it's been moving fast, dude. Like we've been having a lot of updates lately. Do you see this continuing in this pace for the rest of the year?
Yeah, so we've demonstrated that we're able to hit a monthly-ish cadence of updates. I wanna keep the team kind of operating at that speed. We're not crunching constantly. We're not burning out. So this does feel sustainable. The only caveat to that, so I will say yes, we want to keep trying. We do want to try to maybe do another release at the end of April. Is tentatively is what we're looking at. But I will say that some of our major releases, like mid-year or end of year, we might skip a month and kind of keep things in reserve and do a larger product release around those times.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is what I'm hearing is frequent updates, but when we get closer to a big patch, we might withhold an update for a month just so we can have some cool and exciting stuff going on. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Very cool. I'm so juiced. Oh my gosh.
It's a great
dude, I can't stop smiling, man. I can't stop smiling, dude.
I mean, I remember the time where we had like I think it was 9 months without an update in UE, and now going into this year, knowing that we'll have almost 1 update per month, more or less, it is crazy. It's wild to see the progress and how much development is compounding, right? And how faster we
Yeah.
can get.
Well, once we have a solid foundation, and now that we've built that, it's much easier to iterate on it. When we had longer stretches without updates, it was because we needed to spend more time building foundational tech. So we're definitely in a good spot this year, and I'm excited about the pace and what we're able to deliver over the course of the rest of the year.
Chip, what's next, bro? What's next, bro?
April
The
release.
alpha.
Yeah, so
Give us
Talk
some
to us.
alpha, bro.
let me talk about what we're planning for the next month. So I know a lot of people have been asking about keybinds, custom control profile support, and we have been actively working on that for like probably a good 3 weeks now. We have designs, we have UI, we have UX. All of that is done. We are a couple weeks into engineering integration of that, so we expect to have that in for the April release. That's the goal, so that you can change the shift button on the racing if it's hurting your pinky to connecting your HOTAS, HOSAS, and can set up your control profiles, whatever. We want to support it all. So that's coming. Next, we want to spend some time on refining the multiplayer feel of racing and just ship movement. As you guys have probably seen, and peer-to-peer racing is lackluster as far as its multiplayer support. It sometimes we have a lot of bugs, and the movement is all jittery. We're aware of that, and we have some two talented network engineers on our team who basically in the past month cleaned up gunplay. So now gunplay feels good. They're going to be shifting their focus in April to 100% vehicles. So that means racing will start feeling really, really good for multiplayer, but also we're going to turn our eyes towards dogfighting. We want to kind of revamp that game mode. It's been kind of legacy game mode for a while. We want to do a tech refresh on that, and we're toying with the idea of a co-op dogfighting game mode for the flight trainer. So looking at that for April. See, and then here's another one: matchmaking. So dedicated server support is working internally. We've had several sessions internally of 10 people joining a dedicated server match that was spun up based on our matchmaking service. That's working. So now we're going to take that, refine it, and we want to see an MVP of matchmaking on in the April release. It won't be like full on, like every single game mode and everything working perfectly. We're thinking it'll be like maybe a single map or a single game mode, and then it'll spin up matches based on your region. So it'll be an MVP for sure, but we want to get that out and start doing some stress testing on our matchmaking services in anticipation of where we're going the rest of the year. And then lastly, I want to mention Paizul is going to get a full, art improvement. So we're going to go from, what is it, gray box to like materials, textures, new art prop assets in there. And I think we have some things you want to show on kind of what that can look like.
Oh
Show
yeah,
us.
I do have some sneak peeks, dude. The amount of sneak peeks, the amount of alpha in this brew has been absolutely insane. By the way, all right, let me grab these.
Dude,
These are
this brew
so
has been
sick.
incredible.
These are
Yeah.
I don't
so
know if
sick.
people
Alpha.
pick that up, but dude, dedicated servers testing for an April release.
The next
That's a dream
patch is
come true.
already the biggest one of the year. It's already the biggest one. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
That's a dream
All
come
right,
true.
first one. Holy moly, look at these Sogmans, bro. That's me. This is me right here. This is me. They did, Chip hit me up in the DMs. He's like, listen,
Yep.
man,
Need a model.
we need a model for some Sogmian statues. And I was like, I'm not being paid for this, like, and he's like, listen, man, we need you, man. I was like,
It's for the company, bro.
I,
It's
mean,
for the
I
company.
guess, man. I guess. So,
All
yeah,
right, yeah.
yeah, whatever, man. Brad said, "Do you think the people here really deserve all the alpha we're Absolutely, they all deserve it. They all deserve it. You guys all deserve it. We love you." But yeah, this is sneak peek number 1. This ain't even all of them. This ain't even all of them. We have a couple more. But yeah, this is really cool. Oh my gosh. These Sogman statues are really cool. Here, let me bring up the next one. Let me bring up the next one 1 sec.
The Rome guys are happy in the chat. The Romans out there with this one.
Yeah.
It's uncanny how like it worked out for them that we focused on Sogmian first. And it's Roman inspired.
And then here's number 2. Another statue. What is she holding in her hand? I haven't even taken a detailed look here yet.
It's a huge lore secret. Don't even get Jose started.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Bro, I just saw something wild. I just saw something absolutely wild in the chat. Oh my lord!
Yeah,
Holy
shit! No.
All right. Number 3. Hold on. I have some. This is really cool. This is really cool. Couple ones here. Sorry, bear with me.
Skull and Bones, control your pirates. Control your pirates.
And then here's sneak peek number 3. Now, what is this? What am I looking at here? This is more of the texturing, right? This is more of the actual detail work on the statues, right? Is that what I'm looking at, Chip?
Yeah. It's the trim on the statues, just kind of showcasing the level of detail we're going for.
Yeah, super sick, super cool,
Insane,
very
man.
cool. And I have one more. I have one more that I'm gonna show you guys. All right. So for those of you who have already played Paizo's Arena, this should look pretty familiar to you guys. This looks pretty familiar to you guys right here. This is the center of the map, and you can. Now look at that, bro. That's looking really good. That's looking really, really good. Yeah, team is freaking cooking. Team is freaking cooking. You guys have a lot to look forward to. You guys have a lot to look forward to in the next patch. Looking really, really good. You guys are freaking cooking. Oh, I can't stop cheesing, man. It looks so good, dude. Let's go, brother. So good. So good. And by the way, all these sneak peeks, I'll post them in the sneak peeks channel later. So for any of you who are wondering where they'll be at,
everybody taking screenshots.
yeah, you don't need to trade. Please don't take bad quality screenshots, please. I'll give you the good ones. Yeah, very, very cool. Man, Chip, the team is just freaking, they're cooking right now, man. Everything's
those
so
are the
good.
highlights. Those are the highlights. So to kind of reiterate, the full keybind support, a focus on multiplayer for racing, dogfighting, matchmaking, Paizo Arena updates, and then that's not even all of it, but those are the ones I want to talk about today. But we have a list of other refinements and things we're going to be doing. So get hyped for the next one. But today's is pretty meaty as well. I'm excited to see some new footage from the community. I want to see some Punab snipes and then Jetty boost collisions.
Let me see some Punabs getting one shot. That's what I want to see. They have these shitty ass little Punabs, man. They were so hard to kill, bro. They were so hard to kill, man. I'm a hater.
Yeah, I only say that because I'm an Ooster main, but
dude, honestly, my biggest op might be the big Oosters now. Those I might be hating those the most right now. Actually, we'll see. We'll see how these gameplay sessions go.
I feel like you're running around like the Michelin Man. It's awesome.
Yeah, you are, bro. Yeah.
That's the beginning of specializations in Star Atlas. Looking forward to that.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Dude, how good was this brew, huh? It was a mini town hall right here.
I can't even say anything. I'll be biased here. But for me, this was one of the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're spoiled. They are spoiled.
Yeah,
they are spoiled.
Yeah.
The most spoiled community.
Spoiled. The brew people deserve it. The brew people deserve it.
They do.
They've been here with us for 151 weeks. every
Bro,
single Wednesday.
151 weeks, bro.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy,
Crazy.
dude.
It's insane.
Time flies. Yes. Yes. But yeah,
Chip, I just
Chip,
want to
man,
say thank you so
so
much, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
It's,
Awesome to have
it's
you
always a
here.
pleasure joining you guys. I know it's not often, but it's always fun when I do get a chance, and hopefully more coming up with these monthly patches. So yeah,
Absolutely. We'll have
definitely
you every
been
month.
great.
Everyone
We'll
give
have you
Chip
every
and Team
month.
W's. Chip and Team
Man,
W's.
W.
W's.
W's in the chat for my boy Chip, for everyone on the team, Blake, Brad, everyone who isn't here that you guys don't know. Give them all freaking W's. They're freaking working their ass off. They're doing so much
They are.
stuff.
They are. Monthly updates, guys. That's insane. We are shipping, and Chip is updating his name to Chypto
Chypto.
as we
Chypto.
speak.
I guess I gotta do it now. I'll do it.
Yes, you have to. Oh man,
So
that's
awesome.
funny. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. As Dom shared, we'll be posting all the leaks in the sneak peeks channel. So don't worry, you'll get all the high quality pictures and videos. And Chip, thank you so much again for joining. Looking forward to having you again in the brew, probably next month. We'll see. But
Right
thank you,
on.
man. Appreciate
Yep.
your
And
time.
thanks you guys for having me on, and thanks for the community. Love you guys, and excited to see what you guys think of the release today.
Yo,
Yes,
let's
sir.
do it. Everybody get in there.
Thank you, everyone. Time to
See
play.
everybody.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye bye. Thank you.